This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you are the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate. By automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends. We're going to take a deep dive into the lore of the Star Wars universe.
Welcome to the Holocron Histories podcast, where we talk about Star Wars canon versus legends. I am one of your hosts, Austin, also known as Teacup.
And I'm your other host, Ben of Temeria.
And we are here back with another patron chat. It is Halloween tonight, so happy Halloween to everyone. If you're listening to this on Thursday, I hope you have had a good November. But it is Halloween when we're recording this now.
You mean good?
It will
be November. That's right.
When they listen to this.
That's true.
Yeah. Good start to November. But yeah, we're here with our patron chat, and we have our patron here with us, Kodojo. How you doing?
Hello there. Doing just fine.
Yes, good. General Grievous. And so we are here to talk about, because it's Halloween, we are going to talk about spooky planets.
Yes, spooky planets, spooky things. So, I was thinking for layout of this real quick, first half we will be talking about all the spooky planets. In second half, we can talk about anything else that is spooky in the Star Wars universe. And let me tell you, there's a lot. There's not a whole lot as that we know in the canon lore currently, but by God, there's so many in Legends. And it's like terrifying on some of them. Yeah. But Dojo, do you want to kick off? Do you have a scary, spooky planet?
Well, it's not necessarily spooky, but I consider it fairly scary. Felucia. Mainly because there's so many diseases and it's humidity. It's like the Amazon, except made into an entire jungle, an entire planet, sorry. And there's the six-legged mantis creature that runs around there. That's I can't remember its name, but it's in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
The Acolyte.
Oh, yeah.
And can you just imagine sleeping at night and you just hear that thing off in the distance?
No. No. I mean, it's just a giant alien praying mantis thing. And yeah, no.
And then there was Star Wars The Force Unleashed, where they visited that planet as well. And there was a giant what was that thing at the end of the first time go to Felucia?
Oh, the giant plant
Sarlacc pit of some kind. Like some very large Sarlacc pit. And that just terrifies the hell out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, and on top of that, when you go back to the second time to Felucia, you have to deal not only with one Rancor, but multiple Rancors. And let alone the like alpha rancor that Brood uses. Like that planet was already terrifying enough with its own like unique Sarlacc pit, and then evil plant man-eating plant creatures and like giant alien praying mantis. But hey, now here's more danger. Here's a rancor on steroids.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's a very scary planet.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fully perfectly understandable. I remember because I think after episode 2, when we see Felucia only in the films in episode 3 for a split second, but we fully see Felucia in Battlefront 1, the original one.
Battlefront 2.
Or is it 2?
Yeah, original Battlefront 2. It was a mission on there. And guess what you get attacked with? But first, the praying mantises. You have to kill 6 of them.
Oh, I remember that now. Yeah.
And in the journals, you hear the guy saying, it is a hellhole of a planet. We've got foot fungus, or all sorts of diseases going on with the troops. And then there's just Aaliyah Sakura. I hope I'm saying her name right. The Jedi.
Yep.
She was down on the ground with the troops, and he said, "Thank God we had our helmets on because we could not look her in the eye. She slugged it out with us on that hellhole, and we could not look her in the eye."
Yeah, it was an interesting mission in Battlefront 2. And I think after that was the next time we really saw it was Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed, and then the Clone Wars.
Okay, so I never got to play like the Star Wars The Clone Wars game.
Oh no, I'm talking about TV show.
Oh, the show. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen that then plenty of times.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a scary planet for me.
That's fair.
So,
Austin, you have a thought?
Well, I was going to go with planet. I mean, I think we can all agree that Dathomir takes the cake for us as far as like across Legends and canon. But, I have always been creeped out by Umbara, which is this shadow planet that has the Ponkrell arc on it. Just like lives in all darkness, and you got plants in there too that are hostile and everything. So that's up there. And then this is an obscure Legends planet that is just really spooky. But in the Fate of the Jedi series, there is a planet where the being Abeloth resides, and it is freaking terrifying. Like every one, it's like got a blue sun, so it has like this blue tint to it, and everything on that planet tries to kill you, from the water to all the plant life to the animals. Everything on that planet tries to kill you.
Yeah, Umbara is very spooky, and like you even go to Umbara during a flashpoint in SWTOR, and it is freaky in that as well. It's pitch black, it's dark, and it's a very long flashpoint because you have to deal with the train, and then you have to deal with the aftermath of the train and all this crazy stuff that happens. Yeah, Umbara's freaky. When I think spooky planets, and so this planet I wouldn't say is spooky, but I think back to KOTOR 1 when you go to Terrace. So the top side of Terrace is all fine and shiny and everything. It's the underbelly of Terrace that freaks me out, because you have to deal with rat ghouls, and that's not fun at all. No. And plus, I hate Terrace as a planet in general because it takes so flippin' long to get off of. I hate that planet so much. Even though you get your best droid companion of all time and your best friend of all time on that planet, I despise it. Yeah.
Terrace is up there. I was always freaked out by the Rakghouls. Speaking of KOTOR 2, Korriban always creeped me out with the like, camouflaged lizard dragon things, the hisses.
Yes.
And just the whole Sith tomb you go in KOTOR 2, where you receive all the visions, freaked me out. But I think probably from Legends material that probably takes the cake for me is probably Nathemla, which is Vitiat's home world.
Yes.
So if you don't know that one, like that one's so spooky. If you want to learn more about it, you can read the Revan novel. But it is literally not only devoid of all life, it is devoid of the Force.
Yes.
And so you go there and like neither Sith nor Jedi, dark side or light side users can even stand to be on the planet because it is so devoid of any kind of semblance of life and the Force, and it just sucks you in. And it's pretty terrifying when you experience it. I think you experience one through Scourge's point of view, and then again through the Exiles' point of view.
Yes. But both are like, both say it's like, I can't stand here. Like the Exile has to like almost died on the planet because she couldn't like withstand the void of life. And Scourge even had a hard time, and he's like a pureblood Sith, and they're a hardy species in the galaxy, and he couldn't bear with it.
Yeah, I've got to read that book. I haven't got a chance to read it yet.
It's really good if you want to learn more of Revan's history after the events of KOTOR 1 and 2. And it alludes up to the events of SWTOR. All the SWTOR books are really great story building for up to the point of the game. I know Revan and the one with Malgus, Deceived. Those ones actually lead up to the events of SWTOR and like give a lot more background info on why things are in the galaxy.
Right. I believe so. Revan takes place like almost it time jumps, but it starts like right after the events of KOTOR 1. Then it time jumps to the events after KOTOR 2, right up to the start of the first Sith invasion by Vitiat, and then it Deceived picks up with the sacking of Coruscant, and then what would like start what's called the Cold War.
Yep.
Air quotes, Cold War.
Yeah. It's not a Cold War. But yeah, both books are fantastic if you want to learn more of the backstory of SWTOR. And if you want to see what a planet devoid of all life is by Vitiat, go and play SWTOR, because you physically see it happen right before it's in between Shadow of Revan and the first major expansion they did, which was Fall of the Empire?
Knights of the Fallen Empire. Right, I'm playing that expansion right now, which I will say it moves kind of slowly for me.
Yeah, so
I'm in like chapter 6, and I feel like nothing has happened.
Have you gone to Odessa yet?
I don't think I've gone to Odessa yet. I've been to Asylum, and now I'm back on Zakul looking for the Lady of Sorrow.
Okay.
I've met the Scions, and I've met the other group that I can't remember.
Okay. So it will start picking up a lot more once you get your like base started, which I think is like chapter 7 or 8.
I assume that this is a big setup, and then in the Knights of the Eternal Throne is where everything kind of together.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things that happen in that. I mean, honestly, after like the first major expansion, things pick up real quick.
And we haven't even talked about this, and maybe when we go to our mid-break, we can. But there is a new expansion or a new something coming out for SWTOR with a new update.
Yes, they're adding more story. So each like major update they do, they add more story, which deals. I think it's going back to Sith, relics again, with Darth Null. I think. I can't remember which Darth they're using this time around, but they're using a new Darth, and they're also updating the game with the lighting and some graphics updates to where it's going to look a lot cleaner, because it is almost 11-year-old game. So they need to polish it up a little bit. But even for an 11-year-old game, it still looks and plays great.
Well, it's interesting that this game came out within the same, so it came out in the spring of 2012. So it came out just a couple months after Skyrim.
Yeah, and how many times has Skyrim been remastered?
Well, Skyrim was 2011.
Yeah. Fall of 2011.
Oh, I thought you said 12.
Yeah. So SWTOR was spring of 12. Skyrim was released on 11/11/11.
Yep.
Yeah. SWTOR is just a year older than FF14.
Yes, it is.
They just had their 10-year anniversary, so it's.
Mm-hmm. I know that because I have a podcast about that, and I played it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so I have another planet I just thought of.
Okay.
Because you mentioned KOTOR. Malachor in Malachor 5.
Yes. Malachor 5 and KOTOR 2. Yes, that. That's also a desolate place.
Rebels. Yeah.
Yeah, and Rebels. They did their own unique version of it in Rebels.
I'll tell you, though, when we're talking about KOTOR 2, there has never been a fear greater than when you're playing as the remote and you come across a storm beast that you forgot to kill when you were playing as the exile.
That's fair. So this isn't a planet, but honorable thing with KOTOR 2, when you go on the end, I think it's not the Endor Spire, it's the Harbinger. When you board the Harbinger, that is freaking freaky. Just
the dead ship.
That weird, it's just that freaky, spooky dead ship vibes, and it's like, okay, I expect something to pop up literally at any point right now, because that's also when it docked that you started fighting the Sith assassins that can camouflage themselves and all.
Oh, there's something scary there for you. Visible Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Rebels version a little bit, mainly because you just see the husks of both Jedi and Sith on the planet, and you barely touch them, and they just crumble to ash.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, I did like Dave Filoni's version of Malachor. I mean, I'm just happy that he introduced Malachor, because when they first told you, we're going to go to everything's at Malachor, and it's like, wait a minute, what did he just say?
No. Of course, I think they changed it up a bit from Legends to canon, because I don't think there was that well-established Sith temple there.
Right. Well, there is. Atreus Academy is there.
Yeah, but isn't that set up after the Revan bomb or whatever shadow generator?
The mass shadow generator, yeah. I've always read it as it's ambiguous because they just call it Malachor, whereas the KOTOR version is Malachor 5. Which might imply that it is a moon or another
planet.
Another planet.
Yeah.
And they like to do this thing where it's it's actually a moon instead of the planet like Yavin 4 is the gas giant, and where they actually go is the moon. Same with Endor.
I want to
That's
say
true.
Mustafar is a moon too.
That one I don't know on the top of my head.
No, it's small planet. Never mind.
So, but yeah, a lot of spooky stuff. Mainly Legends because, with the Disney taking over Lucasfilm and everything, they went more towards, the family-friendly route, where it's not as spooky / scary. There's like scary moments, but not like themes or vibes besides like Dathomir, just for a few episodes of Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell that to the Ventress Sark when she goes to Dathomir and gets her clan slaughtered.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, Clone Wars, but like, it's a family friendly vibe of a show, but they tackle a lot of adult themes and a lot of adult and dark tones that you have to really point out. Well, if you're just a kid watching, you're not going to really notice these things.
Yeah.
And that's what the show was targeted for. But, all the hardcore Star Wars fans can easily see all this. And then you also, can go to Dathomir and Fallen Order and fight zombie Night Brothers. Because magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But at this point, I would say it's time to take a mid break.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This episode is brought to you by Adobe Firefly, the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video generation. Built for today's creative process, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, and the timelines? Woo, yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Learn more at adobe.com/firefly.
All right, well, here's the middle of the show where we mention everything going on with the podcast that's not about Star Wars lore. It's here we thank our patrons like Kodojo. Thank you so much for your support and everything that you do to help us with the podcast. If you'd like to join us on these talks, if you'd like to support us, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories and sign up there at our tiers. You need to sign up at a $20 tier to come here on the show each month, and we greatly appreciate that. And we love to talk with you all. Part of the reason we do this show is to talk with other people about Star Wars and the different lore and the different things going out. Another way to support us is to leave us ratings and reviews on Apple or Spotify. If you leave us a 5-star review and some kind words on Apple or a comment on Spotify episode, we'll read it out on a future episode of the show. Ed, do we have one to read today?
We do. We have one again from Petham F. Wingfeather on Apple, 5 stars. Good show, this is not. And it reads, good show, this is not. Awesome show, this is. Always wanted to know Star Wars lore, I did. Complicated name, there were. Play the games, I have not. And Legends, I do not. Teacup and Ben of Tamara presented a great show and easy to listen. It is, thank you. Hey, I see I edit this, but I hope you do a Holocron episode and a Yuuzhan Vaughn episode. Thanks. Smiley face. So he just edited the previous review he did, and he really wants to see a Holocron and Yuuzhan Vaughn.
Yeah, Yuuzhan Vaughn are definitely on the list.
Yes.
Holocrons probably too. We'll talk about that. Lastly, you can hang out with us on Discord. You can come join Ben's Discord server. Ben and Friends Podcasting. You can come on to the Cups Podcasting and More Discord server, the Robots Radio Discord server. We're all there. We're all hanging out. We're all doing great things. Come join one of those. You can find those linked in the episode descriptions. Lastly, I think that's all I have for the minute. Oh, no. We go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. We go live every Tuesday. You can catch us live. Join us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ben of Temeria, which Ben is trying to get to 50 followers. Did he reach it?
I did reach over. I'm over 50. Now my goal is to have at least 3 people watch, an average of 3 viewers on my streams in the next 30 days, and I will be affiliated.
All right.
So I'm almost there.
Come check us out on Twitch. We go live every Tuesday. Ben also streams various games and other stuff. He's got lots of shows. Yeah. So that's all I got for the middle of the show, I think. So we can get back to Star Wars lore.
Cool. Did you want to plug in your other shows while we're...
I do other shows. You can find, if you join the Discords, you can find all the shows that we do.
That is true. And we do a lot. Well, I do a lot. Well, you do a lot too. You have 3. I have 4. Yeah. You know, fun stuff. But let's get back into it.
Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Get 2 times membership rewards points per dollar on eligible purchases in key business categories, as well as on each eligible purchase of $5,000 or more, on up to $2 million in eligible purchases per calendar year. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Hey guys, today I'm interviewing my cat about his perfect bistro food. Percy, you seem to be a big Perfect Bistro fan. Care to comment? Totally. What do you like about it? You love the high quality ingredients? And the delicious flavors, of course. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Listen to Percy, guys. Visit perfectbistro.com to try it for your cat.
Okay. Spooky things in the universe of Star Wars. And we have to talk about it because it's a given. But Death Troopers, like legend Death Troopers, because they're dead. And we also have like the Star Wars, because they did a Deceased storyline, didn't they? With the whole zombie virus. Was it called Star Wars Deceased, or am I thinking like confusing with DC?
I think something like that.
Star Wars Death Troopers.
Oh, it's just called Star Wars Death Troopers?
Yeah, back October 2009.
Was that 09?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was in the 2000s. But, I mean, yeah, the zombie stormtroopers, I mean, right then and there. That's just like freaky. It's Halloweeny and kind of disturbing because they don't look good. And we kind of do see these in Ahsoka. If you go watch Ahsoka, you can go see Death Troopers.
Yeah.
In a way.
Are we spoiler free at this point, or?
I mean, here's your spoiler warning.
Yeah, okay, spoiler warning. When Ahsoka is fighting a dark trooper, and she does knock off a piece of armor, and you can just see the jaw hinging there, and that guy is dead already. There's no way that's a living person under there. He is already dead.
Yep. Even Ezra. Yeah. You get a good look when Ezra's fighting one too.
Yeah. It also reminded me, there's one from the High Republic comic series. It's like a parasite that infest. I remember because they find like a body of a hut and it's been like infested, but it's like a plant parasite.
Yes, it's the Dringir, if I recall.
Yes.
They're like a plant-like intelligent species, and they were trapped on one, like... If you go and read one of the books, I can't remember which book it is on the top of my head, but they go and accidentally open up where the Dringir were prisoned at, and they're living parasitic plant creatures that essentially took over the galaxy at one point.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Okay, I remember.
And like one of the main like characters in there is the Trandoshan Jedi who lost his arm against the Nihil. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name.
Skier.
Skier. Yeah, sure. Yep. Because he loses his arm in the first book of High Republic, which is where you think, oh, they went there. They was not expecting, dismemberment.
Yeah, they also went,
Star Wars,
it's fine, it'll grow back.
Well, that's a fair point, too. Yeah, and in Tradoshans, they're lizard creatures, so they can grow their limbs back. It just takes quite a long time for them to grow back.
You mean it's not like Piccolo, where he just screams for about a minute and then it comes back?
No, it's not like Piccolo.
Or Cell, who can literally grow back his head.
Or half his body.
Yeah. Or his whole body.
Or his whole body, yeah, because he does explode. Oh, the Dragon Ball references. Oh, I love it.
Oh, Lord.
But...
go ahead.
No, go on, Dojo.
Oh, no, I was going to introduce a new scary thing.
Go right ahead.
This is from SWTOR. It's one of the expansions, I think, or late in the early game. The Dreadmasters. Now,
that is base game.
Base game. Yeah, I think they also had a little bit in the first expansion as well. But
I don't remember the Dreadmaster.
So the Dreadmasters, I do know you come across them as a Sith warrior in that storyline.
Yeah, but there's a whole planet that is a storyline of breaking these guys out. The Republic has a prison planet, I think. I can't remember what it's called exactly. But there are 6 of them, and these guys are in there. And as soon as they're released by the Sith Warrior storyline, I think it was, they says, nope, we're out. We're going to go do our own thing. And that scares everybody. Yeah.
The planet is Belsavis. So you go to this planet, and you go to this planet as in every class story, just like most of all the other planets you go through. But depending on what your class is, and if you're Republic or Sith, you have different storylines. The Sith Warrior specifically, you'd go and deal with the Dreadmasters, as well as, I know, and I did this as a Jedi, and I think you can do this as a Sith as well, because I think it's just the base planet story. But you deal also with the Rakata as well. So you deal with a bunch of things that happen on this planet that are imprisoned for a very specific reason.
Yeah. And these guys are so powerful. They were put on a dreadnought to keep them mobile, and they would tear entire armies apart, or have armies tear themselves apart.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
that scary.
And what's really interesting is the Dreadmasters were founded by Vitiate, so the Emperor. If that doesn't terrify you already, that they are the Sith Lords that are super powerful and imprisoned, also are created and founded by the Sith Emperor himself.
Yeah. They're a scary group, to say at least. They had They had their own raid for themselves.
Yeah, they had. Was it a raid or was it a flashpoint?
No, it was a raid. It was a big raid. I remember it.
Because I don't do too much of the raids, because it's like big events. But flashpoints, I do all the flashpoints because you can actually play those solo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at them now, and I'm trying to see. So yeah, it was the Belsavis story arc for Imperial characters. So it's not necessarily for your Sith warrior singularly. You can do the storyline with all 4 classes of the Imperial side. And there was something else here too. And there's also a post-story content of SWTOR between the character storylines and the Rise of the Hutt Cartel that deals with the Dreadmasters as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I skipped the Rise of the Hutt Cartel storyline.
That's fair because the storyline's really meh.
Well, and I skipped a lot because I got into the end game post Malgus expansion of Malgus trying to take over the Empire because I didn't want to do the flashpoints.
That's fair. I mean, I always recommend at least do the Shadow of Revan expansion because you're dealing with Revan himself, and it gives more lore with that, and it does eventually that actually does tie into Knights of the Fallen Empire.
Right, because it's how you build the alliance that you use to go.
Yep. Rise of the Hutt Cartel was just like a thing they wanted to do. It was morally to expand more Hutt lore and something to do with the Hutts. But that character, there's a Hutt character that you meet and deal with in that expansion that will show up later in the later expansions.
Mm-hmm. So I have a new one. So we obviously go the force power I'm going to talk about. We've talked about Vitiate, who himself, especially as Valkorian, I'm not afraid of Valkorian. But the power that he wields, which is called the Thought Bomb, it kind of gets its precursors in Nihilus's ability to devour worlds. But Nihilus's ability is a little different. But the Thought Bomb recurs several times. Even in SWTOR, you see the Thought Bomb again in obviously in Vitiate when he does it on what's it called?
I can't remember because it's a planet, right? That you're talking about?
Yeah.
I can't remember the planet, but you're dealing with Lana Blanco, I remember. And it's like you're in an Imperial fortress or base that you're dealing with all this.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end of that story arc, it just boom.
And then Valen tries to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that when I first really realized what it was in the Bane books, he rediscovers the Thought Bomb and he tricks the Sith Lords into doing it on Ruusan. And just the way it is described in that book is so terrifying because it is just such a powerful thing of dark side energy. And then it explodes and obliterates every force sensitive being on the planet. And they're basically trapped in this ridiculous limbo on Ruusan until Kyle Katarn frees them thousands of years later.
Oh,
I did not know that.
So they're essentially trapped in a void of purgatory essentially, until someone comes and rescues him. Oh my god.
Wow, that's can't even imagine what that would be like.
Just think purgatory. Yeah, not fun and terrifying. I mean, we do see Valkorion do this in between Shadow Revan and Knights of the Fallen Empire, like I said earlier, to where you literally see this bright red greenish planet turn completely gray in front of your eyes. Like, he wiped out the entire planet of life when he's light years or almost another galaxy away. He does this. Where Nihilus can suck the life out of a planet and whatnot, and that's different, but he has to be like near the planet. He can't do it from like light years or hundreds of light years away.
Yeah, but it's still a scary concept. You're living
completely
on a planet, and then all of a sudden you just start feeling weaker, gasping for air, and you have no idea why. And everybody around you and everything around you is slowly dying as well.
Well, the thing is, when you see it, it's not a slow burn. It's like it takes within like seconds, and the entire planet's done. It's gone. It's fast. It's almost instantaneous, where he like just kills an entire planet on the whim, just to gain strength. And he does that.
Hunger.
And he does that to keep himself alive, because Vitiate or Valkorion, or whatever name he goes by, is thousands of years old.
Well, he only has to do it once. Like, he doesn't have to keep doing it to stay alive.
Yeah, that's true. But he's terrifying. When Valkorion, when you see him and everything, yeah, he's not scary, but the powers he wields is terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Also, like, for spoilers for Suotor, and Austin knows this already since he's in like chapter 6. Valkorion lets you kill him, and then he goes into your mind, and he's living with you in your head.
Yeah. I haven't let him take control.
I never let him take control. Ever.
Well, like, even if have you played that as like a dark side character?
No, I haven't done dark side yet.
So I was probably going to do it again and do it dark side when I get my Sith Inquisitor up there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm curious what it would be like. I would imagine it's going to be pretty ruthless, because I think it's in chapter 2 or 3, when you're out by the is it the Gravestone is the ship?
Gravestone, yeah.
And you get surrounded by enemies, and Valkorion, like, so when he talks to you, it like pauses time, like, because it's all in your head. And he's like, let me take control, and I can just slaughter them all for you right then and there. I didn't let him take control, but I'm curious what happens when you do let him take control, and I want to see that cutscene.
I did. As a Jedi Knight.
Oh my god, okay.
Well, no, I remember that part because it was a good story portion right there. It's that you're getting attacked, and Lana Blanco, who I was trying to romance at the time, was being overwhelmed. He says, just take a fraction of my power and you can save her. And when you do, you pretty much, you know Avatar: The Last Airbender, where the Earthbenders just like shoot up some rocks in front of them, just, like, build a wall of rock. It's basically that, but with all the metal that comes out all around. A storm of metal just comes out and just slaughters the entire or a good portion of the attackers.
Well, see, I almost did it. Or the only time I regretted not letting him take control was when you're battling the Scions or the Psychons and Heskell, that fight. because I did let him take control, and then you have to fight him, but you don't get your companion who heals you all the time, and then
That's fair. Yeah, I never let him take control, and just seeing also Vitiate. So once you get through a certain, after you do both expansions and everything, eventually, right up before a lot of the new, I think it's before a lot of the newer stuff, you actually do one last thing with Valkorion to actually finally defeat him, and you see all three of his incarnations. And like you have to fight all three of his incarnations. And like his original incarnation is a pure blood Sith.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Vitiate also meet Marco Ragnos? It gets his blessing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That he does. But yeah. Spooky stuff. Valkorion, Vitiate. Creepy. And he also, like, if you play the base game Jedi Knight, he basically controls a zombie as his puppet. So there's that too. Just creepy looking.
Yeah. One of the more creepier powers Vitiate has that just creeps me out is the Children of the Emperor. I think it's what it's called. I can't remember.
Yeah, Children of the Emperor, because Kira is one of them.
Kira, it's part of the Jedi Knight storyline, but basically he has agents that he can connect to and forcibly take over out into the galaxy, so that way he never has to leave his fortress.
Yep. Well, and then also, and the other, like, here, a tie-in to KOTOR 1, he's the whole reason Revan is Revan, like, in KOTOR, like, before events of KOTOR 1, he is the reason why Revan went to the dark side. Yeah. Him and Malik.
Revan went out there to try to find this darkness, found it, tried to defeat it, got turned by it.
Mm-hmm.
He's the cause of the Mandalorian Wars.
Yeah.
He convinces Mandalore, the Conqueror. No, the Ultimate.
Well, I think it was an Imperial agent who did that, trying to weaken the Republic, but yeah.
Yeah, Valkorion is the whole reason KOTOR 1 even happened. And the events leading up to KOTOR 1. Is because of all of him. And he's like, deep in the galaxy on Drummond Koss that everybody completely forgot about that existed. Where the Sith is starting to build up with the pureblood Sith to make a rise of their return as a species and everything.
Yeah. I'm reading the wiki page for Tenebrae, who's Vitiate and Valkorion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading here, on his home planet, he's torturing and massacring thousands by the age of 10.
Yep. He's a sick son of a gun. That's what I'm going to say on this show.
His name derives from the Latin word for darkness.
And these are the reasons why I think he's better than Sidious.
Oh, absolutely. As a villain, Sidious can't compare to many of the Legends villains that we get.
I was so hoping the sequel trilogy's main bad guy would be Valkorion or Tenebrae, who just comes back.
This ancient dark lord of the Sith to come back from back from the dead and all that, and be great. That'd be good.
Yeah. So, okay, new character.
What was I gonna say? No, that's all I got.
That's fair. And the other creepy thing that I can think of, the Rakghoul Plague, which is,
Mm-hmm.
Artificially made.
Yeah, they're artificially made by accident and all that, but like, so what gets me is the Rackles in KOTOR 1 are much more like creepy and disturbing looking than SWTOR.
Yeah. I think that has to do with the pixels, with the resolution of
That's also fair.
But also, like, we haven't talked about this. This is a canon kind of thing, but the Geonosian hive mind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because we get that in Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and they took over an entire ship and everything, where Barriss and Ahsoka had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So, that has one of the funniest Anakin Obi-Wan interactions in that arc, when they're, like, going through all of that. And Kenobi is just like, do you think it'll go through the ear or the nose? I'm curious.
Yeah, they have this weird debate. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I want to see which. Like, wait, hang on. I want to see how this. He gets all curious and everything. He's like, Obi-Wan, it's like, dude, you're not a scientist. Stop.
I have another one. It's a small thing from the Heir to the Jedi canon book, featuring Luke Skywalker. He has to go to the moon to find these collectors of sorts for a person, and they get to the planet and they notice skeletons around the base of a tree, and almost all the animals are staying away from the trees. So what's the thing to do? Go to the trees.
Here, let me go poke it with a stick.
Next thing they hear is something thunking on their head, and they're wearing these very hard helmets. And they just hear the sawing going on in their helmets. Something is trying to get in. The six-legged spider-like creature, whose tongue's sole purpose is to bore into the brains of whatever victim comes by. And they have to collect these things for a research facility.
Yeah. No, thank you.
It's called a Phyxian skull borer, and it's about the size of an average spider.
So they're tiny little things?
Tiny little things that feed on brain matter.
Oh.
And their tongue and what they use to cut holes with is considered one of the sharpest things in the galaxy, because they wear this helmet that can stop pretty much anything except apparently these things' tongues.
Ugh. Ugh. Okay, that gave me a little bit of chills. No, thank you. Yeah, see, that's what Star Wars does. Like, let's take something from our real world and let's, like, dial it up to 20 and make it even more deadlier.
Yeah, and then later in the book, they got a couple of specimens, they put them in, and then they get out. So now they're in confined space with these things.
Oh my god, because that's smart. Hey, it can drill through our helmets. Let's capture it. Let's not. No, thank you. Oh my gosh. But I got nothing left. Anything else from either of you?
Not for me, no.
Right.
I do have one thing, but it might take a while to explain.
Well, we don't really have the time to go over a thing that will take forever. What is it? I do have to ask what it is.
It's the images they come up with for Aboleth.
Aboleth?
Aboleth the mother. Oh, Abeloth, sorry.
Oh, Abeloth.
The mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
She looks like something out of H.P. Lovecraft.
Uh-huh. Like, it just go read the Fate of the Jedi series. And it is one of the more terrifying series in Star Wars.
Fair enough. So, there you go. If you want something creepy in Star Wars universe, go read Fate of the Jedi.
It's a 9-book series, so it's a big commitment, but
apparently worth it.
I've only read 7 of them, so I don't know how it ends.
That's fair. Got through 7 though.
Mm-hmm.
But
who has the time?
No, that's fair. You know, gaming, jobs, podcasting, so little time. We do a lot. But before we end the show, Kodojo, where can people find you? Or if you're doing any projects or anything like that?
People can find me on the Discord as Kodojo in both the Teacup Discord, the Robots Radio Discord, and I can't remember the other one you guys use.
Oh, my Discord, the Ben and Friends Podcasting.
That one.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all we got for this week's episode.
Yeah. So thank you all for listening to the Holocron Histories.
And may the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net. You can also follow us on Twitter at SWHoloHistories and contact us at holocronhistories@gmail.com.